Good afternoon, everybody. Time for another video. Well, not much going on today. We're just cleaning up. Gazebo's down now. Getting ready for the winter. Just going to clean everything up. But as you can see, the truck is no longer here. Yes. Well, I traded the truck for this. This is 2011, and it's a Polaris 400 HO. It's a Sportsman. Yeah, Sportsman 400 HO. And yeah, it's never been pecker rigged. It's never been fucked around with, right? I know, because you can't even get none of these. You can't get none of the screws out, and all the plugs that I pulled, you know, they're not in terrible condition. You know, if they might have been pulled out once, maybe, but and I think when that was happened, that's when they installed the seat and stuff like that. They probably just pulled all this stuff apart just to look around it, but it has good boots on it, and I'm gonna do a complete service. I'm gonna put new plugs in it. I'm gonna do a complete oil change. I'm gonna do fuel line, fuel filter, air filter. Can't see it. It's got tail lights and everything like that. Everything's dirty. But right now it's two-wheel drive, because the half shaft going to the front diff is missing the roll pin. So I'm gonna order one, and it just goes from the bottom and goes into over there into the yoke, but it needs a pin that goes through it. So anyway, I'm glad I made this trade, because it runs real well, and I know it wasn't pecker rigged. Like, this machine was not fucked with in any way, shape, or form. Nobody's pecker rigged shit. Nobody's tried to wire shit. Nobody's tried to add a whole bunch extra shit. Right? So, excuse me, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a winch on it, some lights. I'm going to keep this machine because it's worth double my truck. You know what I mean? Once it's cleaned up and fixed up. I mean, not in current state, it's probably equivalent. That's why I made the trade. But, this thing all fixed up and cleaned up would be worth double my truck. And I could sell it all day long. You know, where the truck is, half rotten and stuff in the skins and so much work involved. And yeah, it worked good. And yeah, I loved it, man. It was a good truck. And I'm going to miss it. But hey, man, you know what I mean? I'm gonna play with this thing, and I'm going to put a hitch on it. I'm going to get a little yard trailer, I think, because they sell them up the road there, brand new. And I'm going to have a little yard trailer. I'm going to have a little wood buggy there to go around collecting wood and stuff like that, and do land clearing and stuff. I needed one of these for a long time, but they're fucking expensive, man. Even this one, to buy this one, you're looking at big money. So anyway, here's what I got for service so far. This is not including the air filter. It's not including the fuel filter. It's not including the fuel lines, whatever. So what I got here for this machine, I got the 540 amps oil. And, yeah, pretty good shit. Just a Fram filter from Canadian Tire. And then I got the Iridium 9s plugs. Okay? So, just for this, just that battery, okay, that's a brand new battery. I wanted a brand new battery in it. I want this fucking thing to start anytime I want it to. So I put a brand new battery. It's a brand new AGM battery. And that battery was $155 fucking dollars and $10 core. So $165 just for a battery. Okay? But when you look at everything else isn't cheap either. Just to service this bike, a basic oil change and spark plugs and a battery. $309.04. Okay? Thank you very much. Now I know why nobody fucked with the bike. You know what I mean? Shit's expensive. You know what I mean? And I'm going to put a new belt in it. I'm going to put new bearings in it. I'm going to do the whole thing. I think I got everything almost. I'm going to I'm gonna see if I got everything. I've got fucking everything, I'm sure. I need a couple. I'm gonna replace all those fucking step bolts and stuff because I just sprayed the bejesus out of them, and they don't want to come out. And I snapped one, so they're just Torx and a bolt on the bottom side, right? But they're so rusted out. What the fuck was I looking for? Oh, and my fucking woman put this fucking shit on my fucking shit. Well, that's got to come off of my shit. That's fucking fact. So there's my half shaft. Right on this side, it's just got a grease nipple, but on this end, it takes one of those roll pins, and I don't have it. But I have the belt, I have the bearings, I have all that shit. So when I'm ready to get at that, that'll be the last thing I do, right? Because I'm gonna pull all the plastics off it and do a complete cleanup on that machine. But so now I can see why nobody took anything apart, because fuck, just basic service, just a basic fucking service that should be done at least every year, right? You're looking at fucking, well, not the bearings and stuff, right? The belts and the bearings. I mean, yeah, but when you take a machine in your possession for the first time, let's put it that way, you're looking at $1,000, right? So if you're going to buy one of these machines, if you're going to buy any fucking machine, if they're asking top retail dollar and stuff like that, and they're asking top retail dollar for the fucking machine, and there's no room left to buy the shit that you need, right? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be riding on far from home on somebody else's fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? So at least if I take it apart, service it, put everything new belt, new battery, new fucking fuel filter, new air filter, new oil, new plugs. You know what I mean? The machine's not gonna fucking break down on you, right? Providing you don't get bad gas. But you know what I mean? I'm one of those people where I don't fuck around. I don't leave nothing for chance. So I'm pretty much a retired trucker, and if I feel a shake, rattle, roll, fucking anything, it's getting fixed, and it's getting fixed right now. I don't put nothing for chance. I'm one of those people. I believe in safety, and I believe in fucking, protecting your life, because if you keep tempting karma's real. It'll come back and it'll fucking slap you, right? So if you start acting all kinds of careless in many different ways, that's what happens. You're gonna get fucked. Anyway, long story short, you're looking at $1,000. You buy a machine, I don't care what it is. It's only 400, right? But she's a nice rig. She's automatic. She's all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. I mean, and she's real 4-wheel drive, right? So because it's been running in 2-wheel drive, there's new boots on the front, but they've ran it so much without fixing the roll pin, right? What's the roll pin? $11 and then the labor, of course, to take everything apart and to put it in and fuck around and you know what I mean. But mostly when you get the roll pin, when you buy the complete half shaft, okay, or the front axle shaft. So that all comes with it. But see, now by me buying somebody else's fucking, somebody else's machine, I don't know what the fucking fuckery they did and this stuff. And before I get on it and trust my life on it and start doing 60 or 80, I'm gonna make sure she's mechanically sound. That's how I look at it. It'll be mechanically sound. So what? Now you're $1,000, right? Because usually if somebody's selling one of these, everything's fucking done on it because they didn't, the service is overdue, the fucking plugs are done, the fucking fuel system's jammed up, right? The tires are normally worn out. You know what I mean? Like, you get one of these machines, somebody's selling one of these machines, you're fucking getting a worn out piece of fucking buggy. And I guarantee you it's usually somebody else's fucking mess. Okay, so that's what I know. And you know, I love fucking tinkering with shit in a sense. If as long as it's not a complete utter piece of shit, and you know, it doesn't make me irate like things come apart, right? Shit's all rusted and seized together like all those bolts and nuts in the fucking floor pans here, right? So here's another thing I've noticed. There's no giving this fucking brake. So there's no giving that brake. So there's the brake lever. There's the brake lever. And there's no giving the fucking brake. So, okay. So I'm gonna have to replace all that because you can see the fucking put fucking mechanics wire on shit. Okay, so steps have been off before. Somebody tried to fucking make that brake pedal work after they bent it all to fuck, right? Probably standing on it. Anyway, you know, stupid is what stupid does, right? Right? I just, whatever, man. I just fix people's fucking mistakes, right? Well, anyway, that's it. That's what I got. It's a 2011 fucking Sportsman 400 HO, high output. It's belt drive. It's fully automatic. It's got no brakes. The brakes arrive tomorrow. I'm getting them Saturday, so I'm putting brand new bearings, brand new brakes, brand new belt, brand new fucking service, brand new battery, brand new fucking brand new. Okay? So then, in the end, we know what we have. So, you know, this thing's going to come in handy for the winter. I'm going to pull all my logs with this, all my firewood. I'm going to start making some firewood. And the only last thing I need to buy now, because I got, you know, the oldest thing out of the yard, which was 2011 Chevy truck. I got rid of that. So now I just have this and that, and they're not old rigs. So this 2011 for a four-wheeler, I don't classify this as old. You know, I do classify all the other fucking red buggies, like all the Hondas and all this shit. I classify all that's junk fucking old, right? Because they're 80s and 90s and fuck around. And I'll tell you what, you start getting into those nightmares. Not me, not this guy. But I'm not sure. Anybody know if these are aftermarket rims? Because they look some fucking sharp. They're nice. They're nice, clean mags, and they got the Polaris fucking center cap. So I'm guessing this machine may have came with these. You know, it definitely didn't come with the mud bug tires. They're brand new. Whoever put the mud bugs on them. I don't know if these rims are big. I don't know what this machine came with for tires. I'm gonna start doing some videos tonight and some Googling, but I got all this shit out here, and I wanted to show you how ridiculously high priced, or the high cost of fucking buying one of these machines just to put it right. I mean, to put it to the point where you'll feel safe and satisfied getting on it and running down the road, right? I don't want to bring my woman on the back of this and there and take her out into the fucking bush, you know, 100 miles from home, and next thing you know, this thing all fucking comes apart. Fuck that. You know what we're doing? We're stripping everything. We're going through everything. We're fucking replacing everything. And then it's a done deal, right? As far as the money goes, it's only fucking money, and you know what? You're going to spend it anyway on some other shit. So, you know, you might as well have something for your money. You know, and then that's the way I look at stuff. If I'm going to spend the money and, you know, put in the time and the labor. Now, if you're going to fucking bring this thing in to a shop and get them to do everything that I'm going to do on this machine right now, like I'm even going to pull the oil cooler, okay? And nobody ever fucking does that. And the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm going to drain the 16 ounces that sit in the front of the crankcase, right? Because when you do an oil change on this, guys say, oh, it's 1.25 fucking quarts. Get the fuck out of here. It is. It's 2 quarts, okay? And that's because you got to go to the front on this side and take the crankcase bolt at the bottom and drain that other 16 ounces. That's what I know. So then you got a full 2 quarts. Then you got a real oil change, and you got a good oil change. But what I was going to tell you is on this side, okay, where your oil shit is here, all this shit, right? Well, that big fucking that big cooler, that big triangle thing there, that's the reservoir. So behind that, just behind that bolt, a little bit higher, up above the fill neck there, there's a line that comes into that. Now, I believe that's your return. And then on the end of that line, that's in behind, that screws into one of one of the lines comes into the back of that reservoir on the bottom, and the one up top. The one on the bottom, I believe, has a screen on it, like a filter screen. So to do a proper oil change on this, you need to take that reservoir off, take that line out in the back, clean that fucking screen. Look for metal shavings, look for metal parts, look for anything that's come off this bike. I bet you nobody's ever fucking done that, right? I bet you that's got the original belt in it. I bet you a lot of things, but I bet you when I'm done with it, she fucking gonna be mint, boy. Okay, that's what I know. And I don't know, I put a lot of thought into it before I made the trade. But I'll tell you what, when I put the ad on Facebook, you know, within the first fucking 3 hours, I don't know, I must have got hit up 20, 30 times. So on the truck. And I'll tell you, the shit that day I got offered, you wouldn't believe the shit I got offered. I got offered everything. But one of the nicest deals I got offered was a 2011 WRX Subaru. If it was any other fucking vehicle, I probably would have jumped on it maybe, but Subaru WRX, fuck off. I appreciate the offer, but you know what I mean? That vehicle is probably gold to a lot of people, but to me, Subaru fucking kangaroo, no thanks. You know, it doesn't matter if you even get a good one. Their lifespan's fucking 300K and that's it, okay? So if I can't get over 300K on a vehicle, why would you buy a new one, right? Why would you buy a vehicle that you can't get more than 300,000 kilometers out of, right? You don't, right? Because that's fuck all. It's 180,000 miles, right? You look in the U.S., right? Most of the cars are in miles and stuff. I mean, I follow guys that, you know, go to the auctions and stuff, and they're buying cars, you know, 250, 260, 280 fucking miles. Miles, not kilometers. Miles. So, you know, when you're getting, you know, that kind of mileage out of a vehicle, it's pretty good. But you usually hear in Canada, in the north, especially in the east, you know, fucking rust. Your vehicle lasts 5 years, 5 to 10 years, and then you got to dump it, right? Because it's either fucking rusted out or miled out. Because everything's so far apart, like your towns are, you know, hours apart from each other, right? So what I mean, from my place to Moncton, for instance, is an hour, right? From Moncton to St. John is like an hour and a half. Moncton to Fredericton is 2 hours, right? So when you start doing the fucking research like that, you know, even from me to Miramichi is an hour. So I'm halfway in between Moncton, halfway in between Miramichi. So this is something that, you know, you got to look into when you buy vehicles, right? You got to try to get, you know, you try to get your best bang for your buck. And it doesn't matter if it's a four-wheeler. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking car. And my dog's after something. Oh, the pup. He's going to fuck around with the pup. Oh, yeah. He fucking jumped on my pup. You know what? That dog's 10 years old, that brown dog. Right? He's jumping on that 4-year-old XL pit bull. Like he's a pup. And I'll tell you what. I love my dogs. And the best security team a fucking guy could ask for, right? That XL bully is a little bit soft in the brain, but you know what I mean? Those two guys are brothers, and you couldn't separate them with a crowbar, because they're fucking one trouble's just like the other trouble, right? They both get in trouble, and they do it as a team, right? That's what I like. And as far as security goes, they hear shit way before I fucking hear shit. They hear shit before I'm waiting for the fucking shit to go by the time, you know, I realize something's coming, right? These dogs know it's coming before it even gets fucking within, you know, 500 yards a year. These dogs are ridiculously tuned in here, which is good. That's the way I like it, right? So probably just a few more weeks here and I'll get to prune down everything. These grapes I can probably prune down anytime, right? I'm going to prune down my blueberries. I'm going to prune down my cherries over there. Prune down my plums, prune down my pears. So yeah, I'm gonna get everything kind of sorted out, because next year I'm kind of hoping I'm gonna get we're gonna not get so much drought. Like nothing grew this year. I got about a dozen pears and maybe 10 plums or something, but this year didn't fucking grow nothing. It was just no water. Even my pond's fucking empty. But whatever, you got to roll with it. And you know what? I think it was a blessing by the Lord. We got rid of all that flock before all that we got hit with this drought, because those ducks would have been hating it, you know what I mean? And it would have been so laborious on me to bring in that much water to keep those ducks fucking happy, right? Because then you'd have to bring out the kiddie pools, and you got to be giving those kiddie pools fucking water. So, you're going to fill, a couple kiddie pools there with one tote. Well, it takes me 3 hours to fucking fill a tote with water in town even, right? So it's all by hose, right? So I'm kind of glad we got rid of the flock before. We had this, water shortage problem, right? But as far as doing whatever else, I really want to get this fucking pad done and stuff. But, the guy that's doing it, he's busy, you know what I mean? And he gave me a really good deal and stuff, so I'm not going to push him or rush him. I got a real good buy, and I just got to kind of wait on him till he gets around to it. If it doesn't get done this year, it'll get done in the spring. It is what it is, right? Then I got to do something with my old 66 here. This thing here is been sitting outside a lot, but it's a completely restored Massey Ferguson 10, and fucking I don't use it, and now I gotta completely clean it over, completely redo it, completely clean it up. But that thing's worth a lot of money. Okay, it doesn't look like it, but that's fucking gold right there. Okay, to buy that front end just on that machine there, just to replace that front end on that machine there, that's $3,000. So just tell you, right? And then I bought this separately. This is a snowblower. I'm gonna fabricate for it sooner or later. I don't know if I'll get it done this year. Probably won't. But anyway, I'm gonna restore it, right? Because that's my original trade. My original trade is a metal finishing engineer. I do all kinds of cool shit with metal. Anyway, I'm gonna restore this, refinish it, and then it's gonna go in the front of that. So that's what it's made for, right? Because it's belt drive, right? That machine is belt drive. That's an old school machine, right? She's everything's belt and pulleys, right? And if you look, it's all belt and pulleys. See? It's all belt and pulleys. See in the front? It's a pulley drive, so then the belt would just go to the front. The belt would just go out there to the front and hook onto the front of the... Yeah, fuck, if you put your fingers in it, it'd probably be a dangerous situation, but back in the day, that's how shit ran. It was all pulleys and belts and stuff. And this year, this is updated. This is an 88, and it's the same fucking thing. Everything, the whole drive system in this is all drive shafts, U-joints, chains, and belts. That's what everything works on in this machine. That's why you don't never replace this machine. You just keep fucking throwing parts at it. You just keep fixing it, because this machine will never die. This machine will never fucking die. You can rebuild the motor in this thing right out here in the yard. Like I'm telling you, it's a Deutz diesel, and air cooled. You can't beat it. 66 horsepower. It'll tear your fucking house down, right? 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steer. So it's respectable in confined spaces, right? But what I like is now I'm pretty much debt-free. I mean, everything's paid for, and hopefully the fun now begins, right? So this is the first fucking act of it, right there. Less work and more fun. I got a brand new fucking helmet sitting under there. Yep, a brand new helmet under there, and I bought it when I bought my Honda Silverwing back, 10 years now. It's 10 years old. The helmet's brand new. I wore it half a dozen times. Then I sold the Silverwing. But that's when I was into, flipping toys. I was into, buying and selling toys. I was into buying and selling race quads and snowmobiles and all that kind of shit, right? But now I'm just doing it for myself, right? So I don't want to do too much shit for other people anymore. Yeah, they offer you the world, and they're willing to pay you well and this and that. It's not that I dislike it, It's not that I dislike people. It's like I'm fucking 60 this year, and I'm gonna start taking care of me. I'm gonna start enjoying myself, right? I've always bent over fucking backwards for everybody else, and now it's just I'm done with that. I'm fucking done with that. So now the fun begins. I'm in my beginning of my retirement. I get my CPP for the first time next month. You know, and the fucking thing is, it's only a month away, and I still don't know what they're giving me. It's like they haven't sent me any notices, this, that. You know, I done my application and shit last year, or whatever, 10 months ago or whatever it was, and yeah, they haven't said squat. They haven't told me squat. So I guess we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, folks, we're gonna wrap this one up. I'll let you know when this is all done, and I'll give you the big tour, and we'll go for a ride. All right. Until next time, have a good day, have a good weekend coming up, and we'll catch you on the next video.